Okay, we've got something interesting here, guys. An ability tournament for Starcraft to the... In fact, this is the global finals, okay? The global finals. So I guess we just choose which ability is better overall from the two abilities that were granted here. This is a cool thing. I like this. Let's do this real quick. Ignite, Afterburners, or Hydralisk Lunge. Okay. Bias aside, it's the Afterburners 100%. Terran is unplayable without this ability. That's how good the ability is. All right. Burrow or Spawn Creep. Woo, this is close. I think the thing about it though is that Burrow is really underutilized though. You got to think about like the uses of Burrow that aren't used, like for spotters, for baneling landmines, burrowed roach run-bys, burrowed infestors, bing bang boom booms. But yeah, creep is better overall for sure. Yeah. I agree with you guys. Interference matrix. Oh, come on, man. Get the fuck out of here with that. Bro, it's not... Dude, hell nah. What? Guys, the Nexus Recall is so good. It is so good. It's maybe a top 3 ability in the game. I'd have to really think about it. I will probably get to the point eventually. Scan versus Yamato. Scan is better than Yamato. I gotta say, it's definitely Scan for sure. Scan will save your life. Yamato, very situational. You don't even have it in 99% of games. Stasis Ward or Spawn Larva? It's gotta be Spawn Larva. Like Zerg is unplayable without this. We go with Spawn Larva for sure. Ooh, Caustic Spray or Terran Repair. Wait, is Caustic Spray? It's the Corruptor Suck, right? Yeah. It's Terran Repair without a question for sure. Without a doubt. Storm. Well, I mean, the last patch, we could argue it a little bit, but this patch, I mean, this is dog shit. Surveillance, bro. Surveillance mode is so bad on the new patch. It literally makes the observers visible. Like, it's so bad. It's obviously Storm. Come on. Consume or Blinding Cloud. All right, this is gonna be a hot take, but I actually think Consume is insanely broken. Like, the fact that you can refill the energy on the fucking Viper, like, basically this makes this better. You know what I mean? It's gotta be Consume. You can literally fill a Viper's energy bar in, what, 10 seconds or something? It even got a buff last. It's true, it did. It can't kill buildings anymore. It stops sucking the building when the building's at 1 HP or something, right? Let's do a poll on this one. Looks like we're kind of like pretty close to agreement on this. Consume is definitely the better one. Okay, Stim or Snipe. Now, if we're talking about only versus Zerg, Snipe, but Stim is so much better in every other matchup, right? So it's got to be Stim. Snipe in a vacuum. Well, like there's so many units that you can't even snipe in the game that I think it makes Stim better by default. Microbial Shroud or Warp in Photon Cannon. All right, here, let me present my argument, okay, guys? Are there Zerg players who are known as Microbial Shrouders? No, there's not. There are literally Cannon Rushers. Like there's an entire subgenre of player only because this exists. Only because this exists. Okay, how is a cannon ability? Well, it's Warp in Photon Cannon. I guess it's technically an ability, right? Abduct or Reaper Combat Drugs. I mean, come on, guys. Like, are we talking about overall, or are we talking about in the first 4 minutes of the game? It's definitely Abduct for sure. Energy Recharge or EMP. Ooh, last patch it was Energy Recharge for sure. I think we run a poll on this one. We run a poll for sure. Let's see which is better. EMP, energy, recharge. We'll do a short poll.
Megan. Oh, Chrissy. My naughty
Oh,
berry
Chrissy,
crunch.
my naughty
panting
berry
over that
crunch.
lush, thick hair.
I'm panting over
So
that
plush,
lush,
I
thick
wanna bury
hair.
my face in it,
So
Grandma,
plush, I
while
want to
you
bury
bend
my
me
face
over
in
the
it.
bingo table.
While you bend
Them
me
silky
over the
locks
bingo
bouncing like a
table.
fresh loaf.
Them
Chats
silky
calling at the
locks
berry
bouncing
bouffant.
like a
And
fresh
honey.
loaf chats calling at the
Make sure you
berry
vote, guys.
bouffant.
Make
And
sure you
honey,
vote.
it's got me soaking my depends. Keep that crown, stud. Grandma needs something to yank while you give me that back shot of Brooklyn.
What the fuck? Guys, vote up quick before it's too late. Looks like energy recharge is taking the cake. Baby Links, thank you for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. Hello. Thank you, thank you. Let me give you a shout out, my dear. All right, so you guys think energy recharge? Fuck, bro. I think you guys are right, actually. The more I think about it, the more I think you guys are right. Neuroparasite or transfuse? Okay, hear me out, guys. Neuroparasite is actually low-key, like, really strong. It's just hard to use, because if you like move your infestors in the wrong spot, they just fucking die. But if you get them in a good spot and then you just neural a bunch of shit, it's actually really strong. What's up, Rage? Neuroparasite lets you play as two races. It's 200% Giga Broken. Transfuse, I think. They're both strong contenders. I think this is a really close one. You see it so much more. Yeah, I think that is like a good solid argument, is like how many use cases the ability has, right? Transfuse has way more use cases than Neuroparasite. Like Neuroparasite is stronger in the situations where it's present, but Transfusion is more strong in far more scenarios, right? Like, I think that is a good argument. It's kind of like the stim versus snipe earlier. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think Transfuse is it. Blink or nuke? Oh, come on, guys. All right, you want to hear a fucking crazy take, guys? I personally believe Blink is the best ability in the game. That's my personal opinion. I think it's the best ability in the game, personally. Tactical jump or the immortal barrier? Well, obviously it's tactical jump. Come on now. This is literally Blink for battle cruisers. Come on. Warp gate versus fungal growth. I mean, come on. Warp gate. Come on. Prismatic alignment versus cloaking field. This is kind of a close one. The thing about it is, like, the cloaking field is literally useless if you have detection, right? The cloaking field image is a Protoss looking into a lady's locker room. The cooldown is so fast. Yeah, that's actually like something that, unless you've played against somebody who uses the motherships a lot, you don't realize how short the cooldown is on these things. Yeah, cloaking field's better, I think. I think it is. Psionic transfer. What the fuck is that? Guys, what is psionic transfer? The adept shade or spawn locus. I know everyone's gonna say that the adept thing is better, right? Guys, I'm a professional swarm host hater, okay? I hate swarm hosts. And if you've ever played team games against a Nidus swarm host player, you would hate them too. Okay? You play against a fucking swarm host player in team games, and you're gonna think that this unit is the most broken unit in the game. I think Zerg players would say that the adept one's way better, for sure. What do you think, Special? What's better, Locus or Adept Shade? Anything Protoss related. People are voting on Locus. A lot of people think Locus is stronger than Adept Shade. I'm okay with the Locus winning. I think it's close. I think it's close enough. So shield battery, healing, or Reaper jetpack? Brother, are you serious right now? Guys, I want one person in the chat to try to make the argument for the Reaper jetpack. You Thermal's YouTube career is 90%. Reaper proxy. Is this really even a debate? I just wanted to see if anyone could make an argument for Reaper, for the Reaper jetpack, but nobody could. I mean, if we're on a different unit, sure, but it's not. All right, Chrono Boost or Hallucination? I think it's Chrono Boost, and I think it's pretty obviously Chrono Boost. What do you guys think? Chrono 100% easily? Yeah, for sure. Call down extra supply or mothership recall. All right, I could actually make the argument for call down extra supplies. Okay. Oh shit, I just fucked up my build. If I don't unsupply block this instant, I'm gonna lose the game. Bing, you know. And you almost never see a mothership recall used because, you know, it's for trash players. Shut the fuck up, Crusader King. How about when somebody's trying to break down the wall and you call on the supply and it fully heals the depot? You can do that now too. Okay, so call down supply is definitely winning here. Call down mule or Reaper grenade. Come on, guys, that one's too easy. That one's too easy. Feedback or roach regen? Feedback is very specialized. Roach regen might be better because it's not a specialized ability, you know? Have you ever seen how fast roaches heal when they're burrowed? I've seen like people scan like roaches and they can't even kill them because they're fucking regenning through it. Yeah, the roaches do have to be burrowed. They do. Feedback is really good for sure. How can you call feedback a literal requirement for making PvZ specialized, but a meme build like burrow roach is not? Let me think about this for a second. I didn't think about my argument, okay? Let me think about it real quick. You could technically go burrowed roaches in a lot of games that people just choose not to, okay? Feedback, there's a lot of games where like you don't even see a High Templar on the field, but like, yeah, in late game, I guess it's required against Zerg, but it's not very much. It's not, I don't know, man. Burrowed roaches, you can see it in all three matchups. Burrowed roaches do work in all three matchups. Feedback, not really used against Protoss, only used against Zerg in the late game, and against Terran, I don't know, man. Like, feedback is good versus Terran, but you don't see it used all that much. Looks like feedback's taking the lead though. Okay, well, I guess people think feedback. All right, DT Blink or Guardian Shield? Ooh, Guardian Shield is definitely better, I think. It's like actually low-key broken in a lot of situations. Like, DT Blink low-key is really fucking annoying though. DT Blink is really, really strong, but it increases in strength in the hands of like a good player, whereas this is just like good in the hands of any player, like really good in the hands of any player. Just basically makes your army stronger like instantly. Guardian Shield is insane in all matchups. Yeah, I think it's Guardian Shield. I think DT Blink is insane as well. I think Guardian Shield winning, in my opinion, has a lot more to do with how good of an ability it is than how not good of an ability this is, you know? If you ever want to see how strong Shield is, play Direct Strike. True. Mutalisk Regen or Disruptor Nova? Well, mutas are unplayable without the regen. Here's the thing, guys. Mutas are played in all three matchups, albeit not that much against Terran, and also not that much against Protoss, but they are thrown in against both of them every once in a while. Disruptors are really not used against anything except Terran when you really think about it. Mutas get countered by Phoenixes hard. They do. But if you can get the mutas against Protoss where they like don't have Phoenix already, they can be very, very strong versus Protoss. The heal provides sustain, but the Nova can possibly win games. But think about it like this. It's like, let's say you fly your mutas in and you eat like a big Widowmine shot or like 2 Archon shots and you fly out. Well, you go back in, and if you happen to like catch them off guard, well then, you know, it's because of the meter regen, because it would take you like 5 times as long, maybe even longer, to go back in, right? Looks like Muta regen wins. Okay. I can respect it. Anti-armor missile or overlord generate creep. I mean, I guess it's anti-armor missile. Like, overlord generate creep. There's no way. There's no way Shed said that. Let's do a poll on this one. I'm kind of undecided on this. I'll let you guys decide this one. What if generate creep washed away the anti-armor missile debuff? That'd be pretty crazy. Anti-armor missile looks like it's gonna win. Okay, I can go with that. Okay, so this is the Phoenix lift or the Banshee cloak. It's actually really funny that they put a Terran unit in the Phoenix lift icon. I didn't even think about that. That's true. It's just a fucking Marine getting lifted. Banshees with cloak. Honestly, it's an interesting thing because, you know, Banshees are kind of better with speed. A lot of people have been noticing than with cloak. A lot of people are not getting cloak and instead getting speed in a lot of builds nowadays because, you know, when you're harassing with your Banshees, you're like fucking hovering around detection the entire time anyway. So Banshee cloak is good, especially against Protoss. Like if you get 2 cloaked Banshees undetected into a Protoss's main, that's GG a lot of the time. It's not even close. Right. Charge or medevac heal. Ooh. You see, normally charge wins against a lot of things, but I feel like if you don't have medevac heal, stim is the worst ability in the game. Terran's virtually unplayable without medevac heal. Protoss is definitely not unplayable without charge. Like charge, the fucked up part is that charge would win against most things. I really want to vote charge just out of fucking spite, dude. I really do. Just out of spite, I want to vote charge, but it's hard to argue because medevac heal basically makes bio playable. Charge winning is crazy. Guys, charge winning would be diabolical. He flows through me. All right, force field or cyclone lock on. Last patch, definitely the cyclone lock on. This patch, I think it's force field, in my opinion. This patch, I think it's force fields for sure, especially with the battery overcharge. Auto turret or time war. All right, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Auto turret is like the worst ability in the game. You know when I found out this is the worst ability in the game? I was watching, I want to say it was Rainer. No, it wasn't Rainer. It was a Protoss. It was Classic versus Clem. No, Hero versus Clem. No, Max Pax versus Clem. Yeah, Max Pax versus Clem. Clem dropped the auto turrets and Max Pax attacked the auto turrets with his probes. And it died in like 1 second before it could even kill a single worker. Yeah, auto turrets kind of suck. It is what it is, man. It's definitely time warp without a doubt. Parasitic bomb or Archon merge. I mean, Archon's kind of low key, pretty good in all 3 matchups. Parasitic bomb against Protoss, it's mainly good against carriers. Maybe if they mass void rays or Phoenix. Against Terran, it's pretty good overall. Like you just throw the one into the medevacs. I don't know enough about ZVP. Can Zerg actually beat Skytoss without Parabomb? Oh yeah, they can for sure. Low key, I kind of think Archons though. Of course, the counterplay to Parabomb is like micro as well, right? Okay, wow, Archons running away with it. Nobody's even voting on this one, and Archons are still winning. Revelation or Corrosive Bile? Okay, so here's the thing. Corrosive Bile is really good. Really, really good. But Revelation's annoying as all hell. It's hard to argue against Bile. It breaks force fields. 3 of them one-shot literally every siege unit in the game. You bust down walls super fast with them. Yeah, I think it's probably Bile. Charge or Storm? A tale as old as time, guys. What came first, the Charge or the Storm? Last patch, it was 100% Storm. Might still be Storm. Hard to say though. Charge is pretty good. There's a player on the ladder. You guys might have heard of him. His name is Heaven. Okay. Without this ability, there's a chance his MMR might be 500 lower. Love you, Heaven, if you're out there. Yeah, at least one is somewhat hard to use. Yeah, one of them has a requirement of clicking, and the other one doesn't. Just to just to put it into full context, okay? This one requires you to click. This one does not. When storms hit, they hit so hard though. A good storm is better than a good charge, I guess. I don't even know if that's fucking true. Also, I'm not even sure that made any sense whatsoever. But the point that I'm trying to make is that, yeah, a good storm is pretty devastating. It's pretty game ending, right? I'll let you guys decide this one though. Let's do a poll on that. Charge one anyway. All right. Anti-armor missile or force field? I mean, force field for sure, right? Like, yeah, everybody thinks it's force field for sure. Corrosive bile or Tanner repair? I mean, this one technically counters this one. Like, if we're being like, you know that trick where you like place the biles on the building and on the workers that are repairing? But if you micro the workers perfectly in some situations, you can still fix it. You can still come out on top as the Terran. It's a close one. It's actually kind of funny because you see these two abilities interacting with each other a lot. And sometimes it goes one way and sometimes it goes the other way. But if you have the right amount of biles, the repair doesn't come into play. They both have uses in other matchups as well. I think you guys aren't thinking about how unplayable Terran would be without repair. Imagine Zerg just goes pool first and sends links to your side of the map. They attack your depots. Yeah, you're kind of just dead. That's true. That's true. That's a good point. Repair is way more important to Terran than bile is to Zerg. I think that that's fair. One of the main importance of bile is dealing with like tanks early and stuff like that, but you can deal with that with like good spreads and flanks or against Protoss like force fields, right? But back in the day you used to use burrow roaches to mitigate force fields. So like you would burrow the roaches that get trapped and then move them out, or you would move the rest of them in past the force field. You guys remember that? Those were the days. But I do think Terran repair is better. I think it's repair. A warp gate, come on, guys. Warp gate's like blink versus transfuse. Come on, guys. What the hell, man? Which one do you think, guys? I'm curious what the chat has to say about this, guys. Give me your answer for this one. I'm just curious what the chat has to say. I'm not going to influence anybody's opinion. I have a very strong opinion about this one, but I'm not going to say it yet. You kind of let the cat out of the bag earlier. That's true. For me, it's blink for sure. To me, it's blink 100%. All right, blink it is. Blink it is. Creep or energy recharge? Creep might be the best. It might be the best like passive ability in the game. All right. Increases your unit's movement speed by like fucking what, 30%? It's pretty insane. That's a creep for me. Shield battery heals or warping cannons. Now, the funny thing about this is that both are significantly weaker without the other. Yeah, I mean, I still argue we shouldn't even be entertaining warp in photon cannons. I just picked the shield battery. Well, technically it is an ability. And technically it is. So is every building though. That's true. It's fair. Just for Shed Nitro's sake, we could go with shield battery just to get the cannons out. Guardian shield or time warp? I think guardian shield again. Cannons probably would have won, by the way, like if we didn't just get rid of it. Everyone's saying Guardian Shield. Let's go with Guardian Shield. Cloaking Field or Medevac Boost? I think it's Medevac Boost. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think it's actually Terran's. A lot of people always say Marines, Marauders, best Terran units. I stand by my take that the Medevac is the best unit Terran has. And if you took boost away from the Medevac, it would be bad. So take that into account. If you took boost away from what I think is Terran's best unit, it would be bad. That's how good Medevac boost is. If Medevac boost didn't exist, Clem would be like 30% worse of a player. That's how big it is. Medevac had no boost in Wings of Liberty and Terrans were fine. Yeah, but people weren't on top of everything back then. You guys are comparing gameplay from Wings of Liberty. Like gameplay nowadays, Terran's pretty unplayable without boost. Back then, people made enough mistakes where it didn't really matter. Medevac is not the best unit Terran has. A unit being a requirement doesn't make it a good unit. Well, the way that I see it is that a lot of the things that are good about Terran would be bad without Medevacs, like Stim, aka Marines and Marauders. Like Hellbats are way worse without Medevacs. Drops, like everything about Terran is so much worse without Medevacs. Everything about Terran. But yeah, Medevac boost is better than Cloak. I think for sure. Chrono boost or feedback. Yeah, Chrono boost. You can use it on upgrades. You can use it on your units morphing. Like, bro, the amount of good uses it has. Okay, Phoenix Lift or Archons? Archons, yeah, I think so too. Oh boy, tale as old as time, huh? Well, I mean, scan for sure. Scan allows you to like see what your where your opponent's army is, like instant detection, scouting. I think scouting is better. You like call down supply here? All right, so we go with scans, I think, personally. Mule or abduct? Yeah, mule's better for sure. Especially in the late game. Like you just start spamming those mules. Consume or spawn larva? Spawn larva. Stim or tactical jump? I mean, in a vacuum, tactical jump is kind of like insane. But in practice, I think it's Stim for sure. Like the ability to like imagine if tactical jump was on like other units. Like let's say like you could tactical jump like fucking, I don't know, like Thor's into your opponent's main or something. Like I think it's Stim for sure. Nexus recall or Mutalisk regen? Recall is like, it's what we were just saying about the battle cruiser, right? But you can use it on every unit. Like, all right, here we go, guys. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Mule or Chrono? Sorry, I had a burp. Mule or Chrono? People are saying Chrono. Mule broke Starcraft 2. If you could mine gas with mules, I think mules would be it, like, easily. Like, mule wins. Stim or Nexus recall? Oh boy. Stim is like, it's hard to argue that Stim isn't really important. Like recall is like, it's kind of weird because it's like fucking so good in so many scenarios. There's a lot of times where you're just out of position, like because the cooldown is so short on recall that a lot of the times you're just like, oh shit, I have nothing in my main, and then you just like recall like 5 of your stalkers to kill like a liberator or like something, or oh, my observer's on the other side of the map and there's fucking cloaked units in my main, let me recall my fucking observer, you know? It's like the uses are far more than Stimpack. Like Stimpack has one use, right? It's like, hey, my units do more damage now, but it also deals damage to your units, you know? But Stim is like almost necessary to play bio, whereas like Protoss not only can play without recall, but they fucking should have to. They should fucking have to play without that shit. Fuck Protoss, man. They shouldn't have that fucking ability to begin with. All right. Charge or scan? All right, so here's the thing, right? You scan 50 zealots, all right? So you've literally, it's like almost like seeing the future to your own death. You know what I mean? It's like, let me just scan and then see what the Protoss is making that's about to fucking kill me. Okay. The comparison was made by a Terran simp. I am not a Terran simp. All right. I am not. I have far more Protoss games than any of the Protosses in my chat have Terran games. That is a fact. All right. So before you call me a Terran simp, why don't you play Terran yourself? Okay. Here's the thing, right? Playing Terran without scan is like, it would be like playing Terran on like ultra hard mode, right? But playing Protoss with charge is playing Protoss on ultra easy mode. Okay. So playing without charge would be like playing on, it's kind of like a similar thing. It's like, it's almost like taking the training wheels off of both races in a way, if you think about it. But the problem is that like Terran's detection without scan is so bad. Scan might actually be more important overall. I'm not even talking about heaven. Like, it's like there's so many others as well, you know? I mean, in this one, I've said I think Blink is like one of the best abilities, if not the best ability in the game. But Spawn Larva, bro, Spawn Larva might be better. I think Spawn Larva wins here, guys. Inject is better for sure, guys. It's gotta be, right? Like, there's no way. As good as Blink is, it's gotta be Inject. Can't be. All right, repair or warp gate. All right, listen. All right, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear SpongeBob saying repair. No, it's warp gate. I don't want to hear it. Okay, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it's warp gate. All right. It's another core mechanic versus luxury ability situation. Yeah. Force field or ignite afterburners. Here's the thing. All right. It's got to be boost. I think it's boost, guys. I think it's medevac boost. Force field is good in all 3 matchups. Ignite afterburners, good in all 3 matchups. You see people play without force fields a lot. You do not see people play without medevac boost unless they're playing mech. So force field edits the map. It is close. It is close. A lot closer than a lot of these have been. I'm thinking ignite afterburners though. I think boost is better overall. Now, don't get me wrong, I'd rather have 7 pickup range than boost, but we can't be choosers, you know? One of my favorite games of all time is Huck versus Avillo. So Huck puts the Nexus in his base, right? Let's just fast forward. So he pulls workers to kill it, right? Yeah, pulls workers. Huck cancels it. Oh, wait, so Avillo pulls. He pulls all of his workers, dude. So he sees it. Now, of course, he's gonna see that there's no workers mining, and he warps in 1 century. Bro, what was he thinking? Pulling workers against a 1 base Protoss, and then he complains about it too. Dude. This is a fucking hallucinated Phoenix scouting his whole base. Dude. He was still complaining about it the next day on Twitter, dude. Alright, sorry to detract from our tournament. But yeah, boost 1. We've got Creep versus Archon. So you take away Creep or you take away Archons? I think Creep is better. I think Creep for sure. Creep. Guardian, bro, wait. Do these abilities actually have the same tooltip? This is actually a tough one. I think it might be the shield battery though. What do you guys think? Shield battery, it's gotta be. Okay, people say shield battery. Spawn larva or stim? Spawn larva, I think, personally. Like a whole mechanic of how the race works. True. Zerg play a different game than everyone else because of larva. The race doesn't work without spawn larva. Vote up, guys. Make sure you vote. You'd trade stim for larva. Okay, I guess inject wins, guys. There we go. Mule versus boost. I think mule. I think mule for sure. Mule for sure. More uses. Charge or spawn creep. All right, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Hear me out. All right, creep doesn't spread itself. Okay. Now charge, on the other hand. Good creep spread crushes souls. Yeah, when you're playing against a player who has really good creep, it actually makes it feel like they're doing better than they are in the game. Sometimes you get intimidated by the creep spread if their creep is really good. It's so demoralizing when their creep is touching your wall. Yeah, it is. Creep is basically map hacks. Yeah, it gives vision as well. People don't creep drop with queens, but they do AK charge lot brushes. Well, actually, people do the queen drop sometimes. It's definitely rarer. Oh! At the last second, somebody casted 1 vote to make charge win. All right, guys. So we've got Warp Gate versus Shield Battery. Now, I think it's Warp Gate. Okay, I definitely think it's Warp Gate. Warp Gate is probably the best ability in the entire game. I've seen literal fucking like essay length forum posts about Warp Gate and how it's like basically an RTS rule breaking mechanic when you think about it. It's so good. All right, we've got charge. We've got charge versus spawn larva. We're in the round of 4, guys. We're approaching the end of the tournament. Rapidly approaching the end of the tournament. All right. Now, guys, there's no way charge is better than spawn larva. But just in case, I'm going to start a poll and see what people think. Charge is already in the lead, which is diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. If there's Protoss players, like, guys, this chat is trying to give Protoss players a bad name. You guys got to fight back. You got to fight back strong, okay? Because there ain't no goddamn way charge is better than an inject, but the chat really wants charge to win. Guys, vote. It's really close still. Very close. There's no way Charge is winning. Guys, if Charge wins, I'm going to have to make an executive decision here. I'm going to have to make an executive decision. There's no fucking way Charge is better than Inject. Inject did win, though. Okay. All right, Mule versus Warp Gate. Mule versus Warp Gate. Hey, counter argument. Just like, listen, counter argument. You need a pylon to warp in units. Okay, you can drop a mule anywhere that you have vision. Okay, so you can manor mule anywhere on the map. Yeah, it's Warp Gate. Come on now, guys. It's Warp Gate. We all know. We all know it's Warp Gate. All right, Warp Gate versus Spawn Larva. This is close. This is real close, actually. This is a barn burner right here, guys. I don't even know. I don't even know, dude. I'm starting a prediction, guys. Vote up right now. Vote, vote, vote. Oh, yeah, this is the finals. This is actually the finals of the tournament, guys. I thought Boost was still in the running. Or Mule. No, Mule just got ran out. Never mind. Mule just lost to Warp Gate. So Warp Gate or Inject? The hatred of Protoss is too deep. I understand it. Well, here's the thing about Warp Gate, right? The gateways automatically transform into Warp Gates. They automatically hotkey themselves onto a hotkey that only exists for Warp Gates. You can warp in anywhere there's a pylon. You can warp in into Warp Prisms. You can warp in Dark Templar and High Templar. It costs 50 minerals and 50 gas. I mean, I can't argue it, man. I can't. I think Warp Gate is the best ability in the game. I do. I think the right ability won. I think it is Warp Gate. I absolutely think it's Warp Gate, guys. I think you guys did a great job, actually. I gotta give you guys a round of applause because it was looking sketchy for a while, you know, Charge in the round of 4, like, but I think in the end you guys got the right answer. I do.